it was brought to my attention last night that Brooke Shields was a victim of Hollywood in the 70s, which is before my time, but that it was done in plain sight. Now, what I'm about to show you is shocking. Even though these images exist on the internet and have been published and displayed publicly, I think you will agree there is something terribly wrong with them. And why do I say this? Well, because these are photos that photographer Gary Gross took of Brooke Shields when she was 10 years old. That's right, nude photographs of Brooke Shields when she was 10 years old were featured in Playboy. They weren't even hiding it. Somehow, they got away with publishing child porn back in the 70s by calling it art. Now, these are not what I would call artistic photographs. In fact, just to make this video, I had to use censored versions so that I wouldn't feel like police were going to kick down my door at any second. But even with these censored versions, I think you can see exactly what we're dealing with. What does that look like to you? Now, this might be the kind of art that John and Tony Podesta might be into, but it's clearly done to sexualize a child, and the fact that they were published in Playboy kind of confirms that. Now, what's more disturbing is that 2 years after these photos were published, Brooke Shields was cast in a film called Pretty Baby. So, this is when she's 12 years old. In this film, when she is 12 years old, she is also shown nude in a Hollywood film. And this movie is clearly sexual in nature as well. You cannot call this art. This was Hollywood's attempt to normalize pedophilia way back in the 70s and 80s. This is right around the same time that Roman Polanski was raping 13-year-old girls. The same Roman Polanski that got a standing ovation from many of today's Hollywood elite.